developers, welcome to our 33rd episode of Angry Birds News. Today I prepared for you some latest news from the last week, but before we get to them, at the end of this episode, I will show you a short news from Plants vs Zombies news. It will happen because I'm preparing this series for a big change, and also at the end of this video, I have an important information for you, so please stay until the end of this video. But let's move on to the first news, which is a little late, because on the April 10th, Angry Birds Match exclusive game on iOS in soft launch in Finland get hotfix update 0.4.2, which is only fixed bugs, so nothing new. And on April 20, Angry Birds Dream Blast get hotfix update 1.106.1, so also only to fix bugs. And on April 21st, Angry Birds Friends got hotfix update 14.2.0, which also only fixed bugs. But also on April 21st, in Angry Birds 2 started a 63rd season of Mighty Eagle Bootcamp, where right now you can on really cheap price buy a hat for blues from Phoenix Hat Set. But speaking of hats, also on April 21st, in Angry Birds 2, we got a new hat set, Enchanted Forest. You can upgrade it and collect it from Tower of Fortune for the next 3 days. So, to help you get this hat set, I make a video how much you can really spend in Tower of Fortune, where at the end of this video, I let you some tricks which will help you to get this hat set without losing all your gems. You have link to this video in the description, but probably also today I will make a video where I will show you how to get Leonard hat from Fairy Tale Adventure. But moving on to the next news, on April 22nd, Angrybirdsrush has returned to App Stores in the new soft launch. But funny enough, this time in a separate app, but don't worry, old one still works. But we won't get new updates anymore. You have the link to the new version in the description, but you will need to have a VPN set to Mexico to download it. But in this version, we got things as bubbles has been added to the game, the GUI has been cleaned up a bit, some textures has been changed, buildings now have 5 upgrades instead of 3 as before, the number of shields has been reduced from 5 to 3, and while we when move somewhere, for example to build a village or when we attacking another player, we can now see on screen during the animation our bird which we are playing right now. Also new structures has been added, such as tubes which transport us up or side or simply quickly kicks us out. Also new boosters was added, such as magnet who helps us collecting coins, go-karts that you can ride and destroy objects with it, wings that works like a jetpack from Subway Surf, and a jetpack that you can use to fly a bit up, and portals that take you forward. Also, Star Wars has been changed much and much more, but the following things were removed, such as AI voice and tutorial. Unfortunately, Ruby was removed also from this game, as well as the free energy feature for testing, so now we need to wait for more energy. But coming back to the added things, we can see right now, sometimes Piggy McCool appears as an Easter egg. But in the settings, developers have prepared a space for costumes, which means that costumes will appear in a future updates of this game. And finally, when launching the game, we can see OBB logo appears instead of Dark Matter Gaming logo, and the version of this game is 0.3.0. But moving to the next news, on April 23rd, we got an update 4.1 to angrybirdsreloded, which add a second part of the first chapter from Angry Birds Stella, and also adds bonus levels with Space Eggs and Space Eagle to Fly Me to the Moon chapter from Angry Birds Space, and also we will get 2 new egg hunts. But on April 24th, we got a teaser to upcoming update 4.1 to angrybirdsreloded, which shows a loading screen which we'll have in this update. But also with this loading screen, you got a question, who should we add? Which means probably we'll get a space silver in the next update. But at the end of the news from Angry Birds News, I want to remind you that we can still vote for hats which will appear in a hat set from occasion of 11th anniversary of Angry Birds 2. There I show you the hats which you can vote right now. Remember, if you want to vote, you need to be on a Rovio Discord server because you can vote only there. So you have link to this Discord server in the description. But here I show you the hats which won voting and will appear in upcoming Angry Birds 2 11th anniversary hat set. But because I haven't prepared any more news from Angry Birds, then let's move on to the part of Plants vs Zombies news. Right now in Plants vs Zombies 2 on Arena is still going tournament where you, after collecting 500 crowns, you can get electric blueberry for free. Remember, this plant normally can be only obtained by buying it for the real money, so you can collect it for free for the next 23 days. But in 2 days, the Zombisium event starts, where you can earn a lot of seed packs to unlock or upgrade your plants. Also, although the Vault Dragon hasn't been added yet, we already know about the next upcoming plants. These are Thornwhip, Pyro Oak, Cactolog, Baneberry, and Belfry Tea. Of course, we don't know the exact release dates of these plants, but definitely we'll get them in this year. But well, this is all the news that I prepared for you today. But finally, I would like to invite you to support organization Cancer Fighters, which currently is collaborating with EasyGang. Instead of donating a part of your tax, you can now support them through your bank or any payment app with a one-time donation of any amount. Also, I also donated to this foundation myself, so remember, every support counts. I'll leave you the link to EasyGang stream, where in the description of the stream you have links where you can support this foundation. But to motivate you to do that, for these people who do this and tell me down in the comments, I will read his nickname in the beginning of the next episode of this series. But thank you for watching this episode. Remember that this series, Angry Birds News and Plants vs Zombies News, will appear every week unless nothing interesting happens that week. So if you like this news, remember to leave a like under this video and type down in the comments what do you think about this news. You can also subscribe our channel with a bell so you didn't miss future episodes from this series and future episodes from Plants vs Zombies or Angry Birds or other games. You can also share this video with your friends if you want them to know what's happening in the gaming world. And remember to check my Instagram and TikTok, where in future I will post more videos about Angry Birds and maybe about other games such as Plants vs Zombies. Of course you have linked to them in the description. But see you in the next videos. Said by Shead.